if I ask her, then she says, this one is in the wash like 3 times. And then you should really force yourself not to do that, because you've got a whole cupboard full of clothes and full of things you can discover and full of outfits you can put together. Okay, so tonight I really do want to help you understand the reality about image. Listen, is that time, what is that exactly? 10, where are we counting down? Oh, and that is the time. Okay, I have it. Okay, so everyone, so various factors. Okay, where's the slide? We haven't started with the slides. Okay, don't stress. Various factors influence the image you portray. Your general behavior, the way of talking. Okay, this is on the first slide. Oh, there it is. Our body basics. Awesome, people. There, it's your general behavior, your way of talking, your body language, what you eat and drink, your gender and age, and hairstyles. And then actually in the image consulting course, they tell you, don't and oh, and don't be like that. And then you're like, yeah, but I can't. That is who I am. Okay, your image can make the difference between success and failure. It's therefore important, if you want to achieve certain goals, that you take note of the image you portray to those you interact with. Different environments require different ways of presenting yourself. Eating at a formal place or an informal restaurant, going to a funeral, or going to the beach, each requires their own separate appropriate rules, right? So the moment you enter a room, you make a certain impression on the people in that space. It's up to you what impression you want to give, whether laid back or formal. And what you wear plays a significant role in achieving that goal. Going to the hardware store in your garden clothes would be deemed appropriate, right? But when you go to a formal function in your garden clothes, people are just going to think you don't even love yourself. Okay, so what is seen by the eyes is processed by the brain, with every part of a person's memory, experience, learning, and bias, and all of these different for each person. If you add to the visual data, smell, sound, touch, any sensory data, the image of the person becomes even more complex. Isn't that right? Did you know when your husband saw you for the first time, and when he also smelled you for the first time, there was like a divine connection? Who knows that? Scientifically, it's proven. Nee? Jy ruik hom. I like you. Daar lag. A few people are thinking, not always. Okay. An age-old question is the one of how can I change the perception of those I am around to what I want it to be? Do you ever think about that? How can I really change how someone perceives me? Okay, so keeping up with what is seen as correct in our specific society is ever-changing. Like you said, listener, the teenagers set the new trend. And then obviously when you are much older, you're like, listen, I really do not want to keep up with that trend. Because now I would say when I go to the mall, I'm like, can I please pay, I'm paying for the top, I want the other half as well. I don't just want the top part, right? So there are always new trends, different seasons, popular colors, lengths, patterns, and which is considered acceptable. Me and Lisa spoke about the jeans, for instance. Then it's like, okay, but is it now a skinny? Or should it be a bootleg? See how it goes back now to the bootleg. So it's like, it's an ever-changing thing. So there's not one right or one wrong. When we get to the body shapes, that will make a lot of sense of, oh my, that's what it's actually about, creating the balance. So then you can figure it out. Okay, I do look good in a bootleg because of my body shape. Or you know what, I can pull off a mom cut because I am the I body shape. You get what I'm saying? Okay. All of us are continually caught in a web of what we look like or who we are and how we present ourselves to others and how they perceive us to be. You have little control over how others perceive you. All you can control is how you present yourself to others. Let that sink in for a while as well. We may not be consciously aware of it, but our eyes seek balance. The slide, we can go to our next slide. Okay. If the elements of an outfit balance each other out, it's pleasing to the eyes. But if an outfit is out of balance, too much of one thing or too little of another, our eyes find it unsettling and we might even look away. So you all can see that beautiful pictures on the screen. So if you want to persuade people to listen to you and keep their attention, you need to give them balance in your appearance. If you think in terms of dividing your body mathematically, so where's all the slim people? Waar's al die slim mense, die CEOs en die, the financial people. Okay, so don't laugh at my mathematics, ne? Look at it. So, if you divide your body mathematically, whether in half, in thirds, or in sixths, it makes creating balance so much easier. For example, the body can be divided into sixths, with 1/6 offering drama and impact, and the remaining 5/6 creating a backdrop for the attention grabber. Do you see figure 1, ne? And then, if you divide the body into thirds, you could offer 1/3 of one thing, such as a pattern top, for instance, or 2/3 of another. For example, the black skirt, or on the screen, it's the nude. Do you see like the nude skirt, nude shoes, and then the denim on top? Okay. Does that make sense? Yes? No? You can talk to me. I'm very approachable. Okay, so balance, also referred to as proportion, is one of the 5 principles that play a role in being well-dressed. Here are a few things to look for when studying your balance. So we're still on the maths, eh? Your head height, so the average person is 7.5 heads tall. So if you think of a head, so this comes from the Greek, ne? Like also the Greeks so if you look at the Bible even, written actually in Hebrew, and then the Greeks took it over. So I constantly always want to decrease the Bible, but that's just something on a side note. So the average person has got 7.5, they are 7.5 heads tall. So some are 6 and others are 9. So what causes the proportion to be different? It might be long legs, or it might be that you have a short torso or a long back. So ideally, the body is divided equally in half, with the legs as long as the rest of the body. So notice, do you want to look around, or do you know how all your friends' balance look? Huh? Do you know? So notice how few people actually have this balance. Just think of it. Like, why do you think they put the clothes on a 6-foot whatever tall model? Because it looks stunning. Because her balance is perfect. So the garments that they create, that the designer makes, just looks better because she is as tall as she is. Okay, but that is not in everyday life. Okay, let's talk about dressing disproportionately. Since most bodies are not ideally balanced, it is useful to dress in such a way that what you're wearing balances out any disproportions. So if you disregard disproportions, the imbalance will be more obvious and less pleasing to the eye. I think you're getting that, right? So each woman has the unique physical features that need to be considered when choosing a wardrobe and accessories. A few examples of your physical features: the segments, your shape, your height, shoulders, neck length. Who of you knew you had a neck length? Or did you just think that is just what it is? No, we actually measure it. And then, according to that, there's certain tips on, listen, your earrings should rather be this and not this. Because now you've got such a kort nekkie, and now you wear these big earrings. And then it just looks funny. And no one will tell you that because they love you. But an image consultant can help you. Okay, so our neck length, and then our flaws, and then our face shape. All right. Sippie water, ne? Okay, let's go into horizontal body shape. Refers to the relation between your bust, waist, and hips. It's important to understand these proportions in order to identify clothing that suits you best. Whoever thought when you go to the mall looking for clothes, you immediately think of my body shape? Or do you think, I immediately look for the things I like? Nee? That is how I used to shop. I didn't even consider the body shape. I fitted the clothing because I like the material. And us women are like that. We go and we want to feel it. Nee? We want to constantly feel, how does this feel? But if maybe you haven't got any sensory whatever, you just online shop. Because you don't care how it feels. Or if this thing is scratching you, you don't mind. It's like, that's the online shoppers, nee? So it's important to understand these proportions in order to identify clothing that suits you best. I told you that. Okay, so the balance and proportion form the foundation of your figure and style analysis. All right. And as I presume, listener, everyone most of them did okay. So, if one part of the body is narrow, while another is wide, it's important to widen the narrow area in order to achieve balance and the visual proportion. So the study of these proportions has resulted in several horizontal body shape classifications. Okay. The fashion industry mostly does not accommodate all women's body shapes, and designers and retail manufacturers still make clothes larger for the traditional hourglass or X body shape figure. Do you understand? In contrast, women's body shape are more likely to be maybe top heavy, a V body shape, or rectangle, an I body shape, or pear-shaped, an A body shape. So your horizontal body shape is the overall shape when you look straight from the front in a mirror. Okay. X, V, A, or I. It's important to know these body types refer to the shape and not the size or the height. Can I get an amen? Huh, everyone? It doesn't matter your height or your size, you have a body shape. Because then I ask women, how do you feel about your body shape? Then they're like, oh, ek is net rond. No, you're not just rond. Let me measure you. Then I come with my little measuring tape and we measure the bust. And then I'm like, girl, you're blessed. Look at that. And then it's like, did you see your waist? You actually have a waist. And then let's do the hips, okay? So don't just think, I am just round. I don't care. I don't have a shape. I'm shapeless. No. I can promise you, you have a body shape, okay? So in order to dress well for your body type, you need to learn the following style guidelines. So you have to determine your body shape first. Then you have to know the style objectives for your shape. This means like, if I am an A body shape, what do I have to do? Who can answer? Who can give me an answer? What do I have to do? Listener, please answer. You have to bring volume to the top. Does it make sense? An A, where's the volume? At the bottom. Nee? So, I am an A. Okay. But because you create color or volume at the top, and you do show like it does go in, then it creates balance. Does it make sense? It feels like I can't see you and you're not interacting with me. Are you getting it? Okay, so know which areas of your body to emphasize and which ones to conceal. So you have to learn how to attract the eye to or distract the eye away from a certain area. And you have to learn how to create well-balanced silhouettes. So let's go into the body shapes, and then you're all going to put up your hand. Have you got an idea where you fall? Yes or no? Okay, who knows where they fall already? Put up your hand, let me just see. Okay, let's rather go the other way around. Who doesn't know where they fall? Oh, okay. Venice, did you bring a measuring tape? Can you? Okay. Let's go through it. If you know which one always gets me, the weight gain. And then when I tell you the weight gain, you're going to relate to, oh, this is so me. Okay, so I'm going to go through the characteristics. Do you see them all on the screen? So our X body type. Your typical characteristics is that your bust and your hips are well balanced. You have a defined waist. Now that defined waist for an X body shape, I'm not going to give you the centimeters, then you'll have to pay me. I'm joking. It has to be really, really significant smaller than your bust for it to be able to be an X. So then some of the ladies, when you measure them, they're like, I think I'm an X, but it really, the significance of the centimeter should be a lot. And then some of the ladies are so privileged to maybe get a new pair, né? And then, it's like, you have it. But that wasn't the God-given one, né? That is the created one. So then you can also be an X. Okay. So you have gently rounded shoulders that align with the hips, and you have an obvious waist that curves to the hips, and you have a rounded bottom. So your upper body is proportionate in length to shapely legs, and a general picture of harmony and balance. Your weight gain is distributed evenly throughout your upper and your lower body. Okay, who are those X's? Who do you think? Who are the X's? Do you relate to the X? You relate to the X? Awesome. So these are obviously the body shape which we all have to create with our clothing. Does it make sense? Okay. Let's go on to the A body shape. So your hips are larger than your bust. You do have a defined waist. Your arms and your shoulders are proportionately slimmer. Your weight gain appears first in your bottom and your thighs and your hips, followed by your tummy and then your upper body. You sometimes, or you have short legs and a long torso, or a balanced vertical body shape. Who are the A's? Most of the people. Ne? Or most of the people is actually an I, but all the A's, all the A body shapes, put up your hand. I can relate. There we go. Let's go to the V body shape. You have a larger upper body. So in other words also, not just your big bust, but you are really blessed with big bust. So your hips are slim and your bottom may be more flat. Ne? Like sulke plat powder. You actually want the implants there. And not here. Okay. So you have broad shoulders and you have ample bust and a wide back. Your waist is subtle and you have a tendency to gain weight in your belly and your upper body. Shapely legs are your best asset. So usually the people with a V body shape have got good looking legs. Where are the V's? Oh, there's quite a few. Are you a V? He's like, that lady's so proud. I'm a V. That's awesome. That's Minky for the Westhuizen vibes, name. Yeah. No, I'm joking. But really, she's a V body shape. Okay, let's look at the I. Your hips and your bust are balanced. Your waist is not very defined, okay? Your bottom is probably flatter rather than round, and you tend to gain weight in your torso first, and then your upper thighs and your arms. Your lower legs are shapely and one of your best assets. Where are the eyes? Also a lot, the eye. Okay. Ladies, how are we for time? Lisa, can we go into style personalities? So, did you learn something about your body shape? Yes? No? Will you now start getting the balance? So now the moment you take out a garment is clear in your kas, né? When you take out the garment, you're like, okay, I need to add a little bit of volume because I'm an A. Or then it's like, listen, I'm an I body shape, so I should really maybe just show that I do have a shape, so you need to create a waist. But you're not going to enhance your flaws, so you also have to keep that in the back of your mind, right? Does it make sense, everyone? Awesome. Let's go into our style personalities. Now we're going to chat a little bit more. I want you to relax a little bit. Ne? Chat with your friend. Who came here with friends? Are you connected all? Oh, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to take a seat now. Lisa, will you come sit here with me? Huh? Then I don't feel so alone. Nee? My husband calls it I'm a tropdier. I'm such a tropdier. Everyone, can I just show you your beautiful pastor? And Luke, I just want to use you as an example on your body shape. Is that fine? Look how beautifully Lisna put her outfit together. Creating, she's an A body shape, yes? And how she created volume on top and in with the waist and then just flowy out to the bottom. Do you see the eye gets the balance? Yes, everyone? Good. When everyone's going to see you at church and at work, they're going to think something is happening. It's just because in their eye, they are seeing the balance, right? So always remember, balance. The word balance should pop up. Okay. Style. Oh, if you see yourself on the screen, that is very, nee.
Don't look there, I've learned to help
Is
you.
it?
Okay.
Okay. I have 3 kids. I have to pull it in,
You've
nee.
flattened. Did you hear what you said?
Huh?
You must
Yeah.
embrace,
We
right?
should be like your best friend,
Yes.
nee? You go like, friend, I love you. You've got this. Okay, style personalities. First up, we have our elegant style personality. So listen to the description. It's not on the screen, but you can already form the picture, right? You always look formal and dressed up, even when running everyday errands. You look polished, neat, and luxurious. You prefer quality over quantity and would rather not have it unless it's authentic. Your favorite colors are neutrals, soft colors such as gray, mauve, shell pink, cream, black, and nudes. And always less is more. Your fabric choices are genuine, such as cashmere, wool, linen, and silk. You prefer to wear only 1 or 2 colored outfits. So, can you relate? Who can relate to elegant? How
feel
many
like
hands are there? Why are you laughing, ladies?
I'm going to pick
Elegant
on
people.
someone. Where's
Musa,
Bali?
elegant.
Bali is always like elegant. Where is she? Is she here?
I can't hear. What did you say, Musa? No, but you can totally pull off elegant. I know you really like wool and linen and stuff like that. That's expensive, but you can still pull off the look. Okay, so I just want to give you a heads up. There are 15 style personalities, so don't freak out. You're going to see yourself, okay? Then, Lisna talked about the athleisure or athleisure. Doesn't matter how you pronounce it. So look, girls, this is like, I see this all the time. And then I
All
just
the
think
moms
like,
said amen.
yeah, all the
Yeah.
moms said amen.
School run vibes. Well, that's me. These teachers, they will know that's... They'll always see me in like gym clothes when I'm dropping my kids off. So I love this style.
Love the athleisure. So obviously, ladies, this is very comfortable, but still you can zhoosh it up. Like, say for instance, you now really did run this morning, and it's cool, but then when you go run errands, just maybe grab a jacket or tie a jacket around your waist, or just then change from a running tacky to a sneaker. Does it make sense? Just then to at least a little bit, and then maybe add a cap or whatever. If you don't have any makeup on, hide a little bit, ne? Yeah. Is it okay?
And if it's load shedding, you just put a cap on anyways because you forgot to wash your hair.
There. Or dry shampoo. Dry shampoo. Put up your hands who loves dry shampoo. Nee, that's awesome. So obviously the athleisure, ladies, the term, if you haven't heard about it yet, is used to describe the broad category of apparel designed to be worn both for exercising and doing almost anything in. It's rooted in leggings, tank tops, and sneakers. Let's go on to the next one. Athleisure, did you put up your hand? Did I ask? Who loves that? Who loves the athleisure wear? There are a few ladies there. Awesome. And this side? Okay, let's go on to boho. That is obviously short for bohemian. So boho is short for bohemian, and it's inspired by the lifestyle of free spirits and the hippies of the 1970s. Boho combines organic, colorful, detailed, unconventional pieces with simple modern pieces. An example would be wearing a beaded rustic dress with a white tank top. Boho style is characterized by flowy garments such as skirts, dresses, tunics, kaftans, blouses in bohemian-themed prints. Your outfit will have an ethnic touch like wood, brass, or beaded jewelry. Embroidery and embellishments, fringed handbags, and straw hats are at the heart of your wardrobe. You've traded in your heels for jeweled flat sandals and flat ankle boots. The look is often layered and colorful. Who can relate to the boho style? Oh, there at the back is someone. Oh, awesome. Awesome. That's very interesting. Next up, I think we're going to get a bit of a ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ooh. We're at church. Joke. Okay, ladies. So when I see this outfit at church, I want to take the rooi lappies of the ushers, ne? And I want to just say, hi, sister. How are you doing? You know, and then the ladies that love this star personality, or not just love it, that is who they are. It's like your personality. You work on it and you focus on the good parts, but your weaknesses are there. Do you agree? So now with a alluring style personality, although we that have daughters and sons and husbands, and then I think when my husband have to marry people and the bride comes and it's just, then I'm like, oh, shame. Happy? Okay, are you okay? Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Just focus. But then it's the most beautiful bride with the most beautiful wedding dress, and all you see is boobs. You must leave that for tonight. No? Do you agree or do you disagree? I agree. You've got such awesome ladies here. Yeah. Okay. So, alluring. It is a style personality. Like Lisa now, she's guiding me in the sense of it is a style personality. So it's like you like your clothes tight. You love it when it sits tight. You love lace. So let's look at it. You love making an entrance and have all eyes on you. You'll admit you're a bit of a diva. When it comes to dressing up, your slogan is dress up or stay home. Your color palette favorites are white, red, black, purple, pink, and there is no such thing as too much diamante. Flats are something you stay in, not wear. You don't wear flats. Your heels need to heal, né? Your heels, jou hakke, moet gesond raak, nadat jy heel dag in daai paar hakke geloop het. Does it make sense? Okay, so you feel confident in fitted garments, and if an outfit calls for you to show a bit of skin, you say, yeah, yeah. Okay, so now I do want you to put up your hand, but I'm sure we have already have seen you by now. Your friend sitting next to you is going like that. It's you. This is you. If the students were here, all of them would have been alluring. They love it. And the thing is just, me and the other guy, actually Riku, had the chat the other day about, and this comes from a man. Okay, yes, it's a young man, but still. He said, if a girl has beautiful legs, you're going to see it anyway. Even if she wears long jeans or pants, she doesn't have to wear, I call it a cook helmet, maar nay? You see there, the funny comes out. What do you call it really? Shorts. Like a shoebroekie, but you'll remember cook helmet now forever. Because that's what it is. You're going to see she has beautiful legs. Sorry, Tanya, I just said it. I'm sorry. Do you forgive me? Oh, are you laughing? Okay. Okay, ladies. So, obviously, our daughters, I mean, when I see teenagers, then I already want to tell my 5-year-old girl, listen, nee, you never, nee, not going to do that. And then my children think teenagers are a species. I'm sorry, I've done it to them. Whenever they're on their bikes or whatever, and they like music and earphones and short shorts and that, and I'm like, oh, it's teenagers. And then I'm like, what's a teenager? I'm like, we'll talk about it, but yeah, they're in their own category. Let's go on. I can get sidetracked easily. Okay, let's go to, quickly, I'm about to, it's not fair. Okay, frill-free. Oh, who can relate? Put up your hands, yeah? Oh my word. If you could live in your boyfriend's clothes, you would. You stay as far away from anything girly as possible. Grey, black, white, and navy are your staples, and solid colors your go-to. Flat shoes only when a stacked heel at most. Suits and sneakers, jacket, brogues, think straight lines and straight collars. Your hairstyle is straight and angular, such as short or straight fringes. Who can relate to the frill-free style personality? Awesome. Okay, eccentric. Oh, this one you can't miss. Why are you laughing? Can you relate, or do you laugh at people that look like this? I'm joking. It's really amazing when you see this. If everyone else is doing it, it's not for you. You are fashionably fearless. You enjoy being bold, out there, different, impulsive, uninhibited, and adventurous. Solid colored garments, what is that exactly? So you love extraordinary prints and mixing prints that the everyday wearer will never dare. The eclectic outfits you dream up and compile are an extension of your outward expression of who you really are. When others say you look quirky or weird, you hear noteworthy and outstanding, and you smile. Where are the eccentric people? It's okay, you will also tell us. There at the back. Yo, Musa is also eccentric. She did put up a hand. Okay, relaxed. You effortlessly carry a look that says, I'm chilled, I'm easygoing, and I'm in no hurry. You are naturally drawn to natural elements such as real leather for your shoes and handbags. Earthy colors get you excited, and varieties of beige, tan, cream, brown, and olive green. When your pieces are textured, you look fabulous. And when it comes to your accessories, minimalism is the name of your game. You tend to shy away from anything blingy, and what you allow on your body should be practical and comfortable. That's why you usually stay clear of tight-fitted items and would rather be in looser, unstructured garments. Where are all the relaxed style personalities? Okay. Expressive. Your style is self-assured and decisive. When it comes to the first impression you create, it's usually that people take notes and naturally pay attention. It's obvious to onlookers that you planned the look and executed it well. Bold colors like black and white and red and strong blues, bright greens, and a lot of bold prints are your go-to choices in your garments. If it's bulky, chunky, or oversized, you want that accessory. Sunglasses, handbags, and necklaces should rather, after all, make a statement. You don't understand how anyone can complain about the number of shoes or handbags you own. Sorry, ne? But that's only when I want to bring over a message. Otherwise, I'm actually relaxed. Yeah. Who can relate to the expressive ones? Okay, so, look at that. Can I ask you to stand up? Do you feel uncomfortable standing up? Look at that beautiful outfit. Oh, wow. That's so beautiful. Love it. The romantic style personalities. Okay, you are the girly girl, the hopeless romantic. And if Disney offered a role as a petal princess in their latest Happily Ever After movie, you would grab the opportunity with both your French manicured hands. If you were to take a peek in your closet, we would probably see lots of pastels, pink pastels to be exact, lace, bows, frills, and you have soft, refined, and delicate look complemented by great skin and a soft hairstyle. Onlookers would describe your look as soft and flowy. Soft gemstones and pretty pearls look like they were made for you. Fridays are for floral dresses, and frankly, every day after that. Listen, I think you have got some romantic vibes in you. Little bit. Where are the romantic ones? Romantic style personalities, is it? Awesome. Let's go to timeless. You can probably not have enough jackets. And your absolute favorite colors are navy, red, black, and white. Oh, it sounds like there's a lot of timeless onlookers, ne? Timeless style personalities. When you do choose to
But
wear
it is
patterns,
fashionable at the moment as well.
yeah.
Those of us
true.
that like fashion, we're going to have a lot of this, I feel.
Yeah.
Suits and pants and jackets and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so with shoes, you aim for comfort, not fashion. You lean toward the classic gold and silver minimalistic set when it comes to your jewelry, and you're not sure why other women love shopping for clothes so much. You tend to procrastinate when it comes to buying new clothes, and this does not mean, however, that you don't always look neat and well-groomed. Who can relate to the timeless style personality? Okay, awesome. See, why doesn't the timeless want to say, that's me? Okay, menopause. This has now got nothing to do with your menopause, ne? No, I know. The moment when I learned this, I was like, menopause. It's like, but I also like this because it is so comfortable. But then it's like, but I'm not in my menopause. And then the lady said, no, it's got nothing to do with your menopause. And I'm like, okay, let's get on. So if it's made of linen and it's flowy, you are drawn to it. It has to be comfortable. Audit style is the name of your fashion game. You don't want to or need to look sexy. Elegant coziness gets you excited about getting dressed in the morning. You may sit next to or bump into stylish older women and notice you got the same style, but it doesn't matter about your age. Okay, and it doesn't bother you that she's older and you have the same style. Okay, let's go to preppy. So who's the menopause? Menopause? Put up your hands. Oh, no one. Yeah. Yeah, because linen is expensive, ne? Who would like to wear more menopause vibes? Just no, don't wear that in the bedroom, ne? Doesn't work. Okay, let's go to preppy. Ooh, these ones are ne? It's always like on point. So you celebrate looking traditionally feminine. You embrace the effectiveness of that which is proven to always look good, neat, respectable, complete, and simply chic. You probably don't have an overstocked closet populated by cheap versions of this week's trends. Instead, you have high quality, carefully picked out garments that will last and outlast fickle fashion frenzies. Oh, and you are convinced that a beautiful blouse goes with everything. Preppy vibes. Put up your hand. Okay, we're almost there, ladies. Vintage. Oh, look at this. Isn't it so beautiful? You actually want to live in another era. So this means the time that something of quality was produced. You have an eye for timeless quality, and if you could, you probably would have chosen to live in that time gone by. Your closet is where romantic ladylikeness meets evocative nostalgia. You celebrate the highlight reel of the history of fashion, and there's no such thing as taking too long or high maintenance when it comes to getting your vintage look just right. Any vintage style personalities? Who has a friend who is a vintage style personality? No one. Oh, your grandmother. Oh, shut. That's good. Oh, but that's good. But that's so beautiful. Always dressed well. Okay, let's go to retro. You love new clothes that resemble and is inspired by or adapted from fashion from the recent past. When current fashion trends tip the hat to the 70s, 80s, or 90s, you cannot get to the mall fast enough to get your hands on it. You probably have a favorite decade we enjoy illuminating by chances. You're often sporting blue straight-legged jeans with the leg rolled up, revealing a pair of white socks inside white Converse All-Star shoes, and a plain white or black t-shirt and a leather jacket. Do you see the retro vibes? Any retro? There's a few. Retro. Awesome. Yo, let's go to the rocker. So your foundational items are black, and some more black. You don't understand how someone can wear anything else but tight or skinny jeans, combat boots, and short boots are stock standard supplement for your fabulous feet. Oh, and just to emphasize, they are black too. Okay. You love your leather jackets, vintage t-shirts with prints, with rock bands. Your idea of accessories is in a way heavy metal buckles or studs. Rock on. Nee, my kinders sê, moenie dit wys die mamma, dat die duiwel. I'm joking. Okay, everyone, we're gonna go on to the next one, but we're gonna first stretch our legs a little bit. Who could relate to the fashion personalities? Did you see yourself? Yeah, not even just one. You pull off. So obviously, having all of this information and the knowledge about this, now you can go when you have extra time, go on Pinterest, Google it, check it out, and then you can literally pull off a certain look if you want to go in a certain direction, or just have a few options in your cupboard, right? Okay.
I just want to say, I think if you are working at a company, you have to go figure out what is the style of the place that you are working at. I think that's very important because, look, at the end of the day, we want to progress. We want to progress in our careers. We want to progress in the ministry or whatever, wherever you may be. So I think it's really important to think about what is the style of the company that you work for, because you obviously need to adapt here and there. You can't maybe look like a rocker, complete rocker, if you are working as an attorney. That's not going to work. Or we have athleisure as an attorney. So I think for those of you that are working, maybe just think about that. Have you ever thought about that? Because you might just get into your boss's good books after you do that.
Definitely. So always a go-to for any corporate world is your jackets. So the timeless frill-free vibe is always, whenever you have to go for a meeting, you go for a jacket. You don't think about it, you wear it. So if you don't have jackets in your closet, and I'm not talking about your leather jacket and your big, I love my teddy coat. A teddy coat. Nee, that looks like pajamas. But it's awesome and it's nice and warm, especially if you live in Bloemfontein. You need many teddy coats. But we live in the Vaal and it's also cold here. But your more formal jackets, right? So have a few of those in your closet, which is so versatile. You can dress it up or down. Yes, you get it.
Sorry, and just one last thing. Also your audience for the day. Like for us, for me, ministry, you will know that you work with a lot of different groups. So obviously me going like all preppy and stuff with the students or with teenagers, they'll just feel like you're completely irrelevant. So think about who your audience also is for that day. I loved Revive Campus because you said to me, the t-shirt you were wearing is so for the students, you mustn't wear that at church. So it's really like, again, that's kind of the power that we have, right? Is the message that you are sending out through what you wear. So think about your audience for the day and adapt it to maybe one of your style personalities.
Yes, most definitely. That's the awesomeness about the style personality is really that you can play around with it. So you're going to remember, I work with my body shape. First, I have to create balance, okay? You have that in your mind. And then you go for your look. And then just reconsider it when you put your outfit together. Don't just mindlessly put on clothes. This really, doing the image consultant course really it got me thinking of how we just dress what we feel for that day. Whereas if you just think a little bit more about it, put your outfit together, because if it's not, it doesn't come naturally and it's like you don't want to spend time on it, then you just go on with life. But if you actually just spend a little bit more time on preparing that outfit, then you will portray something that you actually want to portray, and people will perceive you that way as well. Okay, everyone on the same page. Do you want to quickly stand up? Stand up. Shake it out. Okay. Ladies, while you are standing like this and stretching your legs a little bit, in this section here, who has got a question on body shapes or style personality? Oh, come on, give me a question. Yes, lady. Who can quickly run with the mic to that lady? Liz? Can we? One. Okay, only one. Only one. Will you quickly? Just the one. I just want to hear some feedback. No, it was. I actually said yes to that lady. Sorry. No? You can come and ask me after.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello, beautiful. I love your. Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
It's so pretty. It draws the attention to your beautiful face.
I've got the assignment.
That's good. Let's listen to your question.
However, I've seen all the shapes. I think I'm quite equal, so I don't know. I don't have a bum. I have a waist. I have a bust, but I don't know which category that I'm feeling under. So if I go or like want to revamp on my wardrobe, which category I'm under. So if you could please put me under a bracket.
Okay, I hear your question. Who else has that question? Okay, still. So, ladies, what you're going to do after this whole event, if you are connected with someone, you have to go and take your measurements. Okay? So, you have to measure so I'm going to explain to you where you should measure. Okay? So, when you measure your bust, oh, the men, I'm sorry, ne? Druk toe julle ore. When you have your bra on. Oh, but we have to talk about bras as well. Can we quickly talk about bras? Listener, can we quickly talk about the bras? Okay, listen. Ladies, do you want to sit for this? It's good. Sit. Okay, so when it comes to your bra, first of all, the bra measurements that people do in the shops, when you go to a normal Woolies or a Jet or a whatever, and you do ask to be measured, they first of all maybe take the centimeter vibe, or they ask you, what do you usually wear? And then you're like, okay, I am a 34C. Then when you get measured, you actually see, okay, no, I'm more of a 32, and I'm more maybe to the D side. So if you think of it, the best way to explain the right bra is the bra that will put your bust like hoofligte. Okay. The bra that you wear should put your bust to the front. Headlights, not flickerligte. So don't wear the comfortable flickerlig bra. Okay. Does it make sense? So the moment that you actually get your bust in the right place, and then you do measure it on your nipple line, okay? That's where you measure your bust. But if you have the wrong bra on, don't measure it there. Okay? We're not going to find your body shape if you measure them there. Okay? Listen, I can laugh about it because I have 3 children. Eh? Okay, so bras. The right bra will put, ma'am, I'm going to give you the measurement now. The right bra will put the breast in the right place, right position. Measure there. Then your waist is the thinnest part of your body here. So then if you're not sure, you ask the person helping you, and you're like, friend, where's my thinnest part? Is it at my navel, or is it a little bit higher? Okay, so that's thinnest part of your body. That is your waist. If you're unsure, go for the navel. But now also, depends, operations, babies, all of that has got an influence on your body, ne? Then your hips as well. So the best way to measure your hips is actually if you look from the side and you put a little, I'm gonna, ne? So, if you put a line where the void, where it stands out the furthest, is that the correct English, ma'am? Where it stands out the furthest. So there where your bum staan die verste weg. Daarso, there is actually where you measure your hips. Not like here on the saddlebag vibe. Okay, do you understand? So there. Because that has got to do with your vertical body shape as well. When you go onto segments. Because the segments, the vertical body shape, it can be people that are the same height. But because my vertical body shape, I'm short-legged. Now, if you look at that person, then her legs are actually not so long, so we need to enhance her clothing so that her torso looks a bit longer. Does it make sense? You have to get the balance right. So the measurements, bust, hips, shortest, bum where the furthest is. Okay, good. Only that question. Let's go on. I wanted to tell that lady, it does get better, don't go now. Do you have to go feed your husband? Okay, let's go on to color. Who loves color? Oh, wow. Who's scared of color? Who doesn't like to wear anything bright? Always just want to shy away. You're like, oh, can someone just not see me? Okay, so understanding the basic aspects of color will help you to make the decisions easier with which colors you adorn yourself with. The color wheel can help you with practical application of color. It will help you determine the colors of clothing and makeup that harmonize with your skin complexion, eye color, and your hair color. Learning about the psychological effect that different colors can have on us will also help you in your choices when it comes to color. Some colors can instantly boost your appearance, making you look young and vibrant, whereas other colors can make you just look aged, drained, and sometimes almost ill. Nee? Then you're like, Susan, do you need a pilletjie? Okay, you know? Or some coffee. Coffee. Okay. You can have the ability to use colors in marketing your business effectively. So listen to this. The successful application of color will certainly prevent you from making costly mistakes by purchasing items that are not complementing. It has been scientifically proven that people tend to connect certain emotions or concepts with certain colors. For instance, green is known as the color of growth, nature, and money, a calming color. As the color of the sun, yellow is associated with cheerfulness, laughter, happiness, and good times. Blue created a calm and restful atmosphere, while red is the color of energy associated with movement and excitement. And the list just goes on. Whoever thought about color in that sense? That it does say something. Yes? Do you think about it that way or don't you think about it? Is that a yes, friend? Is that a yes for them? They think about color in that way. Okay, so without having to say a word, color can evoke an emotion or feelings just like music and body language. So people decide whether or not they like a product within 90 seconds or less. And 90% of that decision is based solely on color. Have you ever thought about that? So think about the banks, for instance. Who banks with FNB? Okay, awesome. Who banks with Absa? Who banks with Nedbank? And Capitec? And Standard Bank? So just think about it that way. Like the blue of Standard Bank, it's actually a calming effect. So you feel like, oh, I can trust them with my money. And Absa is actually full of energy. And you're just like, okay, they want to take it. I love Absa. I used to bank with Absa. Hey, Absa gave us our first home loan many years ago. So I love Absa as well. Okay, so think about the colors differently next time. Okay, so let's move on to our essential color analysis. Color analysis is a term often used within the cosmetics and fashion industry to describe a method of determining the colors of clothing and makeup that harmonizes with a person's skin complexion, eye color, and your hair color. This is a handy tool for your wardrobe planning and style consulting, as color analysis demonstrates how certain shades are capable of being flattering whilst others can have just the opposite effect. So I want you to quickly think of when you see your friend and you're like, oh, you look so beautiful. And then you go to the shop and you buy exactly that same thing that she's wearing. And no one tells you you look beautiful. And the reason for that is just because that's not your color flow. Does it make sense? It looks good on her because there's a reason why it looks good on her, because that color matches her color flow. And then actually you see her and not the garment. Because how we used to shop and how we shop before a color analysis is done is you look at the clothing, how you like that and how it feels, and you're drawn to it. And naturally, we are drawn to the colors of our color flow. Just also know that, how awesome that is. Like, you're naturally drawn to the colors that look good on you as well. Just know that. And don't think like you don't have a cooking clue and now you have to go home and throw out your whole cupboard and start all over, and then you tell your husband, Lovey, I need a new budget. Nee. And then he's like, no, sorry, the kids have to do this, and then there's no budget for mom. You can find in your cupboard currently the stuff that will make you look good. Okay. You're just going to look at it a little bit different after tonight. It's generally agreed that the wrong colors will draw attention to certain flaws. So including wrinkles or uneven skin tone, harmonious colors will enhance someone's natural beauty, making them appear healthy and fresh-faced. So listener, after I've done your color flows this afternoon, do you agree that you could see the moment that you put those, when you see that little lappies, that is what we did this afternoon. That is really determining, because we have to look at your undertone. Okay, but we're going to talk about that just now. So could you also see this afternoon that the certain between cool and warm, you could see the difference that it makes the moment you put it close to your skin?
Yeah, I think listen, I just want to say, every woman should do this. I had an idea of my colors, but it was just confirmed now this afternoon with you. But I really want to say, listen, this is such, I know that there's never money for stuff like this. It's always doctor's bills and kids and whatever, like you were saying. But if you can get someone just to get your colors right, you are going to be amazed. And like Rita said, you are going to be naturally drawn to those things. One of the things that I did was I had kind of an idea, and I started to play with my jewelry. So you'll see, I never wear gold jewelry anymore. I used to love gold jewelry, but I literally a couple of months ago just started to wear silver. And I could just see that it brightens up my face a lot more than gold does. So a lot of the stuff that you're sharing is like, it feels like you said, you just want to go home and chuck everything out and be like, I need to go on a shopping spree right now. But just make small changes. And just look at what do you see when you look in the mirror, like with jewelry. Because your jewelry, I'm not an image consultant, but your jewelry can also kind of give you an idea of what is going to brighten up your face, light up your face. Is it gold or is it silver? And that might maybe be some kind of indication of, listen, are you more cool-toned or warm-toned or whatever?
Awesome. That is great. So there are three main factors involved when determining a person's most flattering and suitable color range. So it's the undertone or the temperature, it's the depth or the value, and then the chroma. So a person's main color group and flow is the function of the color of their skin, eyes, and hair. Of these aspects, the skin plays the most vital role. However, features such as your facial appearance, overtone, and personality should not be overlooked. So you have to put all the info that I've already given you into one thing now. Now your mind is racing, overtone, undertone. I'm so confused. What is that? What is that? So let me just give you a short explanation. The first thing that you see, I actually see a person's overtone. Do they appear warm or cool? But the moment you start doing and preparing the pieces of cloth towards a person's face, close to their face, then you start seeing their undertone. Okay, do you understand the difference? Good. It feels like they all been to an image consultant.
Guys, I just want to just explain. So, okay, just again, dit is ons overtone. Is die
Yeah, but you've seen, what you see first is actually the overtone.
So that's when I look at you. Do you look cool or warm? But it's very misleading sometimes because you might think that you are warm. But if you actually go look, like one of the things, I don't know if you're going to share it now about how you tan. Gaan jy dit deel?
Yes, yeah, you can share it.
Okay, no, but yeah, so you might appear warm, like I have blonde hair, so people think I'm warm. But if you start looking at my skin, I'm actually cool. I actually have a reddishness to my skin. So if I go in the sun, I normally burn before I tan. So I go red first. That means it's cool, right? So if you've got like a cool, I don't know if the blue, if your veins
blue.
and stuff show, right? Is
Yeah,
that also
so
not
obviously,
really?
I'm going to explain that to you now in the sense of the first two groups, cool or warm. So anything that has got blue or red in it is cool. And if there's anything yellow in it, it's warm. Okay, you're going to start getting it soon. Don't stress. Okay, so the skin colors.
Make notes, okay?
So the skin color is influenced by melanin, hemoglobin, and carotene. So we are all the scientists again. We are all the doctors, and so they are sleeping, tired of all the patients. I'm joking, is there no one who can do CPR? What if I fall here with a sweetie and then... Kids church. Awesome. Okay, so melanin is the primary determinant of your skin color that is found in the skin's epidermis, and it dictates the color of our skin, hair, and eyes. The darker someone's skin shade, the higher the amount of melanin. Carotene is a pigment found in humans, animals, and plants. These pigments produce the bright yellow, red, and orange colors in plants, vegetables, and fruits. In the human body, carotene is found in the dermis of the skin and adds the reddish orange to yellow color to the complexion. Hemoglobin is the oxygen-carrying pigment in our red blood cells that can be seen through the skin. The color ranges from red, pink, rose, peach, and orange, mauve, and violet. So the undertone of someone's skin is a combination of these three elements. This relates directly to the color wheel as red-orange, yellow-orange, and red-violet. People who have cool tones, either cool and muted or cool and clear, have blue to blue-violet skin undertone. And people with warm tones, either warm and muted or warm and clear, have a red-orange or yellow-orange skin undertone. You look like all of us that did our course together, around the table, looking at our letter like this. What are you saying? Okay. Cool or warm? Yeah, okay, we can go that route as well. Let me go on, and then we're going to go into that a bit more explaining. Let's talk about the depth or the value. The darkness or lightness of a person's skin tone is called its depth or value. It is important to note that the skin's depth has nothing to do with the undertone. Dark, medium, or light skin may have a warm or cool tone. Is it starting to make sense if you put it together? Let's look at the chroma. Just bear with me. The chroma refers to the surface of the skin, which may be clear or muted, depending on the skin's ability to reflect light. I'm going to explain to you just now. Muted skins have a matte appearance since they are drier, more congested, and have more dead cells on the surface. And people who are muted have fine skin with tiny pores. Clear skin, on the other hand, has a normal amount of reflection. People who are cool and clear or warm and clear tend to have large pores. They age, as they age, their skin often becomes drier, making it appear more matte. Overtone. Listen to the overtone. The overtone is the surface color of the skin and is the initial color you see when you look at your skin. Skin tone can be either cool or blue or warm and yellow. Overtone and undertone are two completely different concepts. A person's overtone may or may not be the same as her undertone. Example, a person with a warm undertone may have a cool or a warm overtone, and vice versa. Is it confusing? The only person that's understanding what I'm saying is Venice. And she's so shy, actually, but she's such a good teacher. Venice gave me my first makeup course. Venice, wave at the people. Oh, I enjoyed makeup course. Give her a hand clap. I enjoyed my first makeup course so much. Let's go to the color groups for now. So, okay, wait, let me hang here, listener. Let me quickly, cool and warm. Let's first go to cool and warm. Cool has got red and blue. And warm has got aspects of yellow. Okay, now they have it. You have it, ladies. So now, let's go to the second flow. Is muted or clear? So muted is the skin looks matte and bietjie like just soft. Okay, more soft. I want to use the word soft because saying dull doesn't work for me. Nee? Because I am muted. And I'm not dull. But because your eyes, the moment you start doing an analysis, if your eyes, so the iris of your eye, can you see my eye color? Not really. Nee, as ek so blind soos 'n mol. Kan julle nou sien? Okay, not. I've got green eyes, but the iris of my eye is just very smudgy. It's not so bright. Now think of all your girlfriends around you. Those bright eyes, that's the color of the eye is like really, you just see those eyes. It's like blue, icy, even sometimes a hazel eye, it's got nothing to do with the color. It's how the eye looks, how the iris of the eye looks. It's like really bright and shiny. You just see those eyes. And the contrast between the white part and the color part is really significant. You see it a mile away. It's not like you just see eyes and it's beautiful, but it doesn't really pop. Okay. And with the skin, the clear people have got this bright skin. They tend to be more oily skin, and it's not a bad thing. It is a good thing. That is how God made you. He gave you that skin complexion, and now the different seasons you go in, then sometimes you're more shiny. You know, we're not going to focus on that thing. Like, and then you fall pregnant and you get Pisces over again. Ach, nee, dis de mekaar. But you understand, muted and clear. So first group, first thing, cool and warm. So first you determine cool and warm. Then you go to you're either muted or clear. Now, as we all age, and now I'm not picking on older women, I'm also approaching more of a mature age. That just means we all go to muted. Okay. Not that you should die and just wear grey and never color your hair. Don't do that. But the thing is just is your skin goes more dull, your eyes go more dull. Because you're graying, as you're graying, your hair goes grey, you do become more muted. So say for instance, you do fall in a warm category now. When you age, you even might become cooler. Your color flow might become cooler. Does it make sense? Okay. Muted and clear, you have muted and clear. Warm and cool, you have that. So then from these four, it gets further analyzed into 6 color flows. Cool, warm, dark, light, bright, and soft. I know from the onlook, this can seem confusing, but therefore, you have image consultants who can do the lappies, and there's in your town image consultants as well, and you can get my number as well, and we can determine it like I did for the office girls this afternoon, completely and fully, because the moment you start working with the color boards, you can get to that. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I think this might sound still very confusing to some of you, but I hope that it's given you, made you want to do this. How many of you feel like, listen, I need to go do this? Okay, so we are going to see if we can maybe get a list, maybe your lovely friend over there can help us, to see where in Potch we can get numbers for you that we can maybe just arrange that part, just to do the color flow analysis. Will that be nice? Okay, so I think we'll arrange that because it's, like I said, this is, if you can understand your body type, I think, and you can do this, your life is going to change. Really it is, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, everyone who has wondered about your face shape. Awesome, just like with the body shapes, you wonder about your face shape. Okay, let's get into it now. I'm going to stand up again, Lisa, because now we're going to help you're going to help your friend next to you. Okay, everyone. So let's start from the beginning. First of all, you cannot determine the face shape if the hair is there. Ne? So look at your beautiful friend next to you, and you're going to take your hair away. Take it away, take it away. I think they're enjoying it. They are discovering their friends' face shape. Okay. Are you ready for the next thing? Venice, are you excited about that? It's so boring for you probably. Okay, listen everyone. So let's look at the face shapes. Who has got their friends' face shape figured out? Who are sure? I want you to come quickly and share with us. Who wants to come and share? Bring your friend and let's look at the face. Oh, come on. Who wants to do it? Venice, can I ask you girls? Don't you want to? Not. Okay, not. Sorry. Okay, are you girls going to come? Come. And you as well. Awesome. Come, ladies. Okay, what are your names?
My name is Hope.
Hope, beautiful name. Oh, Hope, you look beautiful. And can you see the rocker vibe? Oh my, ladies, it's so relatable. Oh, wow, you look so awesome. What's your name?
Michelle.
Michelle. Okay, so how did you determine? Did you take away the hair? Okay, who wants to go first?
I can go first. I think she has a heart shape. I'm not quite sure, but when she took her hair back, yeah, it looked like a heart shape.
Okay. So I'm going to comment on that. This just makes it a little bit easier so that we narrow it down. So, for a face shape to be a heart, there has to be the visible widow's peak. Okay? That piece of hair, look at the face shape. Where are we now? Where are we? There. The heart. Do you see the heart here, right? Middle? Do you see the widow's peak? So it cannot be a heart if you don't have a widow's peak. Now, I almost want to say the worst thing that I ever came across in the short time that I've been doing this was a lady that said she's not sure about the face shape, but all the characteristic falls into the heart. And then they asked, did you used to have a little bit of hair there? And she said, yes, I shaved it off. Because I don't like it. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? You were just like in awe, like, how can someone not like that? Because that gives you that distinct, you have a heart face shape. So let's look at the face shapes again. So I want to show you this. So if she had the widow's peak, we would have gone for that. But if we look at the sister of the heart, look at the inverted triangle. So the one next door. Next door. Do you see those two? So do you see it looks like an inverted triangle? So it comes down, the chin is nice and narrow, pointy, it goes together. So actually, you are not that far off if you look at that, it goes to an inverted triangle. But obviously, I don't want to now take your hair like you feel uncomfortable. Okay, did you do hers as well? Okay? Do you want to go, Michelle?
Yes, I think she has a round face.
Okay, let's quickly look at the round and the square, okay? Because you get that a lot. Then it's like the moment people think, I've got chunky cheeks, it has to be round. Yeah. And that is also not the truth, okay? So what we look at is the ratio between top to bottom and left to right. So, for a face to be able to be round or square, the top to bottom, left to right, has to be almost the same length. Okay? The moment, go to back to the face shapes quickly. The moment so the round, do you see the length from top to bottom, left to right? And look at the square. You see the square? Do you see that part? Top to bottom, left to right is almost the same length. Okay, so the moment, let's quickly go to the oblong and the rectangle. So if the length from top to bottom is longer than left to right, and you have rounded edges, you fall in the oblong category. And if the edges are more sharp, but it's longer from top to bottom than left to right, you fall in the rectangular face shape. Rectangle, oblong. Do you see they are sisters? The shape. Round and square are together, and then the inverted triangle and the heart. So the diamond. So do you understand? So actually we have to look at top to bottom, left to right. Your face looks longer top to bottom than left to right, so you are oblong. Okay. Well done. Give them a hand clap. You girls can go have a seat. Next up. Hello. What's your name?
Carmen.
Carmen is English. Very English. Oh, albei. Awesome mingles. So, Carmen and?
Zelmarie.
Zelmarie. Oh, Zelmarie is such a good explanation. Kan ek jou 'n bietjie afshow? So, let's quickly talk about cool and warm. Do you want to? So, Zelmarie's hair is cool. Can you see it's cool? There's no warmth in her hair. There's no sign of yellow in her hair. So she's got cool hair. What do you think about Zelmarie's skin? Warm. Now, if you girls can't see her beautiful eyes, but she's got cool eyes. So of the three characteristics, skin, eyes, and hair, which one plays the most important part? The skin. So the skin tone will actually give you an edge on what you wear. But because your eyes and hair falls in the cool category, you're actually going to be able to pull off both of those colors. Except if you feel like, I've always wanted to change a little bit. Now, in a consultation, I would ask you, when you were 4 years old, what was the color of your hair?
Black.
Good. So that is a good example of what actually looks good inherently on you. So then I would go for the cool vibe. But say for instance, if you said, listen, I used to be blonde, or I used to have red hair, then obviously you're going to tend more to the warmer side. Does it make now a little bit more sense? Okay, so let's go back to the face shapes. What did you girls see?
Well, it's between inverted triangle and diamond. It depends like whether she smiles or it's a straight face.
That is such a good comment. I didn't tell you. You're not supposed to smile. When you determine someone's face shape, first thing, take the hair away. Nee? Take the hair away. Daar val my blue side, Tannie. Val my blue side. Take the hair away. Secondly, no expression. Like don't smile. Okay. And then you start with your analysis. So you first look top to bottom, left to right. So what do you see? Let's do a test. Can you see it's longer? No, look at the face, look at the face. Do you see it's a bit longer than it's wide? A little bit. No, look at the sides. Now you look at the sides.
Rectangle.
Okay, look at her beautiful face. Kan ek gaan my shit intak, nee, want nou lyk dit of ek 'n paar doppe gevat het. Hou die mikrofoon vas. That is such a churchy thing to do. But you know, Venice, did you see that? Sorry, I'm talking to Venice because she's an image consultant. Did you know the trick of the shirt tuck? Do you know? You know it. Oh, I'm not teaching you anything. Is it? Oh, must I tell you? Okay. So, how does this look though? Do you see there's no balance? Because my measurements, I'm actually short-legged. You wouldn't say. But if you measure me, I am short-legged. So I have to elongate my legs in order for you to see a balanced picture. That is why I tuck my shirt. But don't tuck your shirt like that, then it looks like you might have. You fold it. You fold it and then you tuck it. Do you see? Do you see? But then if you obviously lift it, it comes out. Okay, did I teach you something? Okay, so look at this beautiful face. So I want you to see that there's strong lines as well. And it's a little bit longer than it is wider. So it puts her in the rectangle face shape. Beautiful. What did you see of your friend?
I thought she was square. Yeah. Bietjie help? No, I didn't.
And the glasses. And the glasses also. Take off your clients. You're all going to become image consultants. Take off your glasses. Okay, what do you see? No, you have straight face. Okay. Does the face look longer than what it is wide? Okay. Let me get you. Okay. That's the first thing. So that cannot put her in a round or a square shape. So that puts her either in a rectangle or an oblong. She's not. Do you have a widow's peak? Oh, there's a little bit of a widow's peak. I see that. But because of the sides, that makes it longer looking than it is wide. And she's got soft, round edges. You have got straight. So you're a rectangle and you're an oblong. Oblong, yes. Oblada, life goes on, yeah. Ne? Okay, I'll give them a hand, everyone.
Well done. Thank you for coming to the front.
Awesome. How was our time, friend? We
You have 10 minutes
finish up.
to end us to land this
Is
thing.
it to
Rita?
land it?
Yeah.
Let's land it. Okay, you can determine face shapes.
Can I just say, you told me this afternoon, it's one of the most difficult things actually
Yeah.
to determine.
It is.
So get a professional to do it.
Difficult now. So well.
Okay,
Huh?
great. You have a gift. Well done.
Okay, everyone. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, there we go, there we go. Oh, this is so awesome. Did you know that your personality, who has done the disc profile before? Disc profile? Awesome. Who did the Enneagram? What's Diane at the back? Oh, I love the Enneagram. I also love the Enneagram, but I do love the disc. It's much less complicated, and it just puts you in categories. And then you start studying it, then you see, I'm all over the place. I've got all of these personalities in me, and then you start questioning, do I have multiple personalities? Is there something wrong with me? What? And then it's like, no. God made you exactly how you should be. You just enhance your strengths and work on your weaknesses. Okay. So your temperament comprises a combination of inborn qualities that influence you on a subconscious level. These qualities are determined genetically by hereditary factors and determine your strengths and weaknesses and how you react to people and life circumstances. You can't choose the temperament that you inherited, but you can study it and get to know yourself and others, and understanding why you and others react in a certain way. Because of temperament traits, you will be empowered to develop two other facets of who you are, your character and your personality. So we have unpacked the 4 temperaments in an easy-to-grasp 4-color block diagram. You can see that. Okay. So there you see, at the top left, from left, we have our 2 extroverted types, yellow. So on the disc profile, it's the I, and the red is the D personality. So these 2 types are leaders, and because they're extrovert and noisy, they're often referred to as strong personalities. They are positive and optimistic, they act quick, and are very visible. When they are in a negative mode, they are driven by anger. At the bottom left, we have the 2 introverted temperaments, green and blue. They're quieter, withdrawn types that keep their emotions and their thoughts to themselves. This does not mean that they're not highly intelligent. They tend to be pessimistic and do not easily go into action. When they are in negative mode, they are driven by fear. Another important partition is the vertical axis. So on the left side of the diagram, yellow and green are both people-oriented, and the right, task-oriented. So if you don't know your weaknesses, you cannot control yourself. If you don't know your strengths, you cannot develop your full potential. So with the knowledge of the temperaments, you will be able to determine your own strengths and learn to conquer your weaknesses. Understanding others will help you communicate and interact with their strengths and abilities in mind. You will realize that people differ and that it's futile to try and change them. So if you don't understand these concepts, you will often feel discouraged, unhappy, and unfulfilled. This could eventually lead to a poor self-image and low self-esteem. So the opposite is also true. Knowing who you and other people are can help you to make your strengths count. So I'm not going to go into this. All of you have mostly done the disc. You know the focus. I'm quickly going to finish off with our extras. Yeah, the universal colors. That's very interesting. Sorry, this thing is going down. Okay, look at the universal colors. Who knew these were all universal colors? Put up your hands. Okay, sorry, I'm going to explain that. Can I quickly? I just want to tell them the disc. They could see warm and muted. You could see cool and clear, warm and muted. Which personality?
I think what I saw today.
That also helped me.
What?
Even if you haven't done the color analysis, if you see the disc,
Yeah.
did you take a note of that?
Did you take a photo, everybody, that did the disc? Just take a photo. What I want to say is what I saw today. Now, I haven't done this a lot, but the first word, so warm, cool, the warm, cool, yeah, cool, warm, those are quite good indicators. I think obviously the muted, the clear, that's like another more in-depth analysis of that thing. So it should give you quite a relatively accurate, in most cases,
Yes.
tell you if you're a warm or a cool.
Yes, even if you don't do the whole color flow with a
Yes.
professional, this gives you an indication. That's obviously if you know yourself well enough.
Yeah. And it's actually amazing to think that God created you that way, that what's in you actually, what you see is actually comes from inside of you. It's your personality. Quite incredible, really.
Awesome. So ladies, that was a lot of information. Okay, did the universal colors, quickly go back to that slide? Yeah, okay, so universal color means that this actually looks good on cool or warm people. So everyone looks quite good in these colors. So if you are an owner of a business and you want your staff to wear uniform, put them in one of these colors, because it will look good on most of them. And all of them actually, because it's universal. So that is why you get a lot of people that say, I love navy. I can live in navy. And it doesn't matter if they're cool or warm, it looks good. So if you are the mother of the groom-to-be, you will wear champagne and shush. But you look good. I'm joking. You go with what you want, girl. Want to make a statement? I'm going to wear red to my son's wedding. Everyone's going to say, look at you. No, I'm joking. No? Okay, universal colors, you have that. That was a lot of information and a mouthful. I hope you learned something. Did you learn something? Who enhanced whatever they knew about image? You knew a lot and you learned something new. Awesome, everyone. Listen, before you take over, I just really want to thank you. And I just want to honor our visionary pastor, Pastor Ad and Areta. If it wasn't for them, everyone planting the vision of CRC, none of us would have sit here anyway. So I honor them. And I honor Lisna. Yeah. And I also want to honor your awesome pastors. Pastor Louis is a real brother to my husband. We love you both. Thank you for being a friend in the ministry and outside of the ministry. Meaning, I adore you. I love you. You always have an ear. You always speak with wisdom and peace. And you just bring the calm. When it comes to this craziness, you bring the calm, which I love. Surround yourself with friends like that can support you in your weaknesses, but also support you with your strengths as well. So give her a hand. Thank you so much.
Come, let's give Rita a hand. That was a mouthful. Thank you so much. How many of you learned something tonight? I just want to end off, because we're going to end off just now, but ja, vat jou skoentjies, my skat. You know, I just want to say, you guys can have a seat. I just want to just end off tonight and just say, you know, there is something that you can change. And we sometimes underestimate what the small changes are that we can make in our lives. And I don't know how many of you were at our very first, I don't even know what it was, a she event or workshop that we had at the Roots. And we spoke about, Dr. Chantal Stanley was there. And she spoke about hormones and blood types and stuff. Now, for me, when I come to an event like this, and if I know God is involved, I know that there's something that He wants me to change, or something that He wants me to do. And after that workshop, this was now like, LJ was 6 months old, so I was just like 3 months old. So I had to arrange this first women's conference. I was exhausted. I was waking up like 8 times during the night. I was just flat as a pancake. And God really convicted me then. He said, and I went home and I said, Louis, we need to go and test our blood. We need to go see what's going on. And that day, or in that month, our lives completely changed. Like, I got my blood results. We went to a doctor. I didn't get my hormones checked at that time, because just checking my blood there was enough work to do in just seeing what was going on with my health. And there I made a lot of changes. I changed my diet. I saw that, listen, hierdie meisie wat hou van steak eet, sy gaan nie meer steak eet nie because it's not good for her. I can't eat red meat. Or, you know, I need to sleep more. I need to get this child of mine sleep trained, otherwise I'm going to lose it. So what I would want to say is, maybe there's one thing. Maybe there's one thing that you can go home and change. So don't let tonight go to waste. Don't feel completely overwhelmed by what we shared. There's so much joy. There's so much joy that we can have in being women. And I don't want us to ever feel, especially in this church, we are about, you know, using the word of God as a tool. And then He also gives us amazing other tools to build our lives. So my dream, like I said, is that every single one of you will walk an empowered journey with God. Jesus said that He wants us to live in victory, not just finish our race one day and look half dead and half battered and bruised by the storms of life. And I know so many of you are going through storms in life, but we can go through it with joy. I think for me, one of my favorite scriptures ever is, the joy of the Lord is my strength. And some of us don't laugh enough. Some of us don't come and spend enough time with other women, because maybe you did get hurt in a church. Maybe you got hurt at work or whatever. But I want to tell you tonight, are you really going to let that stop you from living your life? Are you going to let what happened to you when you were little, or what happened to you a couple of months ago, are you going to let that stop you? And, you know, I want to challenge you tonight that even if you just go make one small change, and for us it's so important to hear about what's going on in your life. Like, I just shared a silly thing about my jewelry. I made that small little change, and it really just ignited something new in me, because my responsibility in the church has a lot to do with creativity and how we communicate and keeping things exciting and fresh. So I have to stay exciting and fresh. Like, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice to just let go and just be, and, you know, you guys must just deal with me. That's not the right attitude to have. Hey, isn't that right? Doesn't our families and our husbands and our businesses, if you have the opportunity to lead a business and God gave you the ability to build a business and to be a leader, to be a manager, you know, it's a huge responsibility, but what an honor to lead people, what an honor to be an example. So I really just want to say, this could be life-changing for you. I was going to ask you now about what is maybe staples in your wardrobe that you can have, or what is a foundation, but I think this might be a foundation for you. Why don't you ask your husband or your friends or whatever, if it's your birthday, why don't they put money together and send you to do a color flow analysis? It's going to be an absolute investment for you. Because like I said, and this is one thing I also heard in ministry when I came into the ministry, where someone said to me, Listen, you know, people are not going to listen to you because you've got blonde hair. They're going to think you're a dumb blonde. So I was like, okay, is reg. I'm going to keep my blonde hair, and then I'm going to show that people will listen to me, and then I can build leaders, and I can be successful in ministry or wherever I might be. So listen, the fact of the matter is, for us as women in the workplace, the scales aren't even. We know that. You know that when you sometimes walk into a meeting and people see you're a woman, it's like, okay, dis 'n vrou. So we have to use everything that we can at our disposal to portray ourselves in a professional manner. Okay. So go home, think about what you've learned, and then really go and apply it. And then the last thing before we end, I just want to say that there are really incredible women in this church. This church is only 8 years old, for those of you that don't know. We started in the roots about 8 years ago, and we started with a couple of people, a couple of incredible committed members. Some of them are now pastors and all of these things. So there's really incredible people in this church, incredible women. And with lockdown and working with women every day, I've just seen how isolated some of us have become. That we, like I said, maybe you got hurt, maybe you're just like, nee, die kerk het my seer gemaak and whatever. But like I said, don't you want to take another chance? Don't you want to just, put yourself out there and open yourself again to friendship, open yourself again to making friends, to maybe making right with God. Maybe that's one of the things that you need to do first, is to understand that, we spoke about the outer man today, but making right with God maybe is one of your first steps. So ladies, I really want to invite you to come and join us on Sunday for church. You've seen now, kyk, ons is maar, we are just also just like you. We have kids, we have families, we've got businesses. This is who we are. We are not overly religious people. We are also just women that want to, we're a spiritual home that wants to make a difference in this city. And this is a church for you and people just like you. Everybody is welcome in this church. So I'm going to pray for us right now, and I really want to invite you to bring your kids, bring your husband. If you haven't been to church in a while, if you haven't met up with God in a while, give him another chance. He deserves that from us. Amen? Okay, let's quickly close our eyes in prayer. Father God, I just want to thank you for an incredible night, Lord. Thank you that we know that you created every single one of us so uniquely, so beautifully, and with so much purpose, so much to give of ourselves, Father. And Lord, I know that as some of the ladies are sitting here today, like I said, some of them might be going through storms. Some of them might be feeling completely isolated, completely alone. Maybe in this lockdown, they went through stuff that was really hard and they had no one to turn to. Father, so I really just pray that your hand will just come upon them and let them know that they are never alone. Holy Spirit, that you will come on them, come upon them right now and just remind them that you love them, that you have never forgotten them, even though it might feel like you're so far away right now, that you will never leave them and never forsake them. Father, so I thank you for a work. I thank you, Lord, that even as we spoke about body and health and all of those things, Father, I know that the Spirit is the most important to you. Father, so be with them, work in them. Let this work that you've started, ignite something new in them, Father. Give them that wisdom, give them that idea, give them that change that they need to make in their business or in their homes. Bring that wisdom to them right now, Father. I thank you, Lord, that every single one of them are created for purpose. So, Father, we send every single one of them back into their homes, back into their families, back into their businesses, back into their schools, Father, with new life. Father, I pray for every leader, every boss, every manager, every mother, wherever people are leading other people, Father. I pray, Lord, just for a freshness over them, a boldness over them, a new strength over them. Thank you, Lord, that you will complete the good work that you have started in them. Thank you, Father. We give you all the glory in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Ladies, and as we end tonight, I just want to remind you, like I said, we have incredible women leaders in this church. So if you, we work with a lot of women, like I said, and maybe some of you just need to chat to someone. Some of you maybe just need a prayer, just need someone just to put their arm around you and just say it's going to be okay. Or maybe you've really been touched, or maybe you've got questions, whatever it may be. I just want to tell you that we do have ladies. They're going to be at the front when we end now. So if you would like to speak to them, please do that. Okay, but otherwise, enjoy the rest of your night. Be empowered. Know that you have victory. Know that God is always with you. Amen. And I hope to see you on Sunday. Amen.
How many of you ladies enjoyed tonight? Awesome. Pastor Lisna, thank you so much for tonight. What a treat. Rita, I didn't know you were so funny. Thank you so, so much. What an amazing night. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. Thank you, Rita.
Mickey's. Thank you, girls. Listen, I just want to say that actually, thank you, God reminded me right now, just to all the ladies that helped put together this event. Thank you so much to all the staff, all the leaders that sold tickets. Like, I was going around Potch and people were telling me about my own event. It was incredible. So, Rita, listen, you need to come back because we need to do a part 2. Is it reg? Okay, we said it. You said it now, you're coming back. Yes. So we are going to do a part 2. We're going to maybe talk more about wardrobe. Okay, we're going to talk more about clothing and all of that. So I hope that you will join us later in the year for part 2. Is it reg? It's a date. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll let you know when that's going to happen. Okay, ladies, but enjoy your evening. Amen.